It was just, it came with my food and I didn't want it. You know, I knew there was no way I could eat that too. And I heard one of my ancestors say, you need to push that back. Now, did I push it back right away? No, but I knew I was going to. I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, 1 second. I'm in the middle of something. I'll do it in just a second. So think of yourself in that place of, it's not that you're not going to do it. It's not that you're not listening to those ancestors that say, hey, that could spill, push that back. It's that immediate reaction that you sometimes have to jump on whatever it is that your intuition or your ancestors or your spirit guides or source tells you. You need to let it calm down just a little bit, because the more you do, the more you hear. For instance, just when I was done doing whatever it is I was doing and I went back to the stove and pushed that back, I thought to myself, okay, well, now I can hear more of what it is that you're trying to say to me. Now, many of you have that gift as well, where you are also clairaudient or clairvoyant, etc. And so maybe in that moment you would have received a vision. Maybe in that moment your ear would have started ringing and you would have thought, oh, wait, there's something else they want to say to me. Maybe in that moment you look at the clock and you see another angel number and you associate it with something that's important to you. You're not going to see 999 on the clock, but you know, you get what I mean. So I want you to continue to build the intuition that you already have, because it is strong. It's something that you're aware of. You know that those messages oftentimes do come from your ancestry. So out of these three groups, your ancestors are your spirit team that are the part of your spirit team that speaks to you the most. Okay. So listen to them, but also don't immediately react, because I don't even think that they always want you to immediately react. Really think about your next words or the next thing that you're going to say, because oftentimes what I also pick up on from Group Obsidian is your reactions can sometimes come across as negative, even if that wasn't meant to be the case. Maybe your intuition tells you something and you immediately say something that sounds very much so negative, or you do something that comes across as negative. And so if you take a beat to really absorb that message that you were getting from your intuition, I think your reactions would be different. Okay. And I think that would help. And so as you continue to help other people to feel safe, it also helps you to grow and gain more manifestations in your life, because your manifestations on the outside looking into others seem surface level, but you know that there has always been a deeper meaning behind them. You know, you don't, for instance, want to collect cars just because you care about what other people think about the kind of cars you have. You want to collect cars because you want to help people who don't have one. Or you want to collect cars because you remember all the times that you couldn't get around. Things of that nature. You get what I mean? So the more that you help other people, the more that abundance keeps flowing in. All right. And let me see. I would also advise you the next time that there is a storm to collect the water. Okay, so that's my advice for you. And that is it, Group Obsidian. Moving on to Group Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz. The next group is Rose Quartz, and you guys are the lovers. Your colors are soft pink, pearl, and rose gold. Your flowers are peonies, roses, and baby's breath. Okay. Your season is the season of spring. I thought of Persephone when I thought of this. So think of rebirth. Think of sort of a soft glamour and renewal, but not just any renewal, renewal of self. Okay. Your angel number is 222. I won't make you guess. So whenever you see 222, know that is you connecting with yourself. That's your highest self saying that you are in harmony, that you are connected with whatever it is that you are wanting or trying to bring into your life, and divine partnership even. So let's say that for my single Rose Quartz members, you come across somebody that the universe is trying to tell you is important. Then don't be surprised if you start seeing 222, 2222, just twos everywhere. That is not coincidence, okay? And that is why I chose the angel number. So for you, your foods are going to be strawberry shortcake. And I thought of this toast that if you grew up in the hood and you grew up with nothing like I did, then this was considered your sweet treat, and it is cinnamon toast. Now this was just something that growing up with nothing you made, and it is literally toast with cinnamon and sugar on top, and butter of course, but that's it. That's it. Because when you don't have a lot, you make do, right? And cause I felt like, well, the last group got a pasta, so you need a pasta too, because I want actual food in these groups, okay? And your dish is fettuccine Alfredo, alright? Let me see, did I add anything else? And your tea is rose tea, okay? Your wine is sparkling rosé or Prosecco, because honestly, those are my two favorites. So I thought of how beautiful they look in the bottle and how beautiful they look in the glass. And I was like, these are my lovers. So they have to have the beautiful wines to accompany what they like. Okay. Your quote is, "My heart is open and radiant. I am love, and love moves through me freely. I give the energy and receive the energy of love with ease. I create the radiant and frequency that is peace anywhere and everywhere that I go. I am magnetic and supremely connected." And so this is how I would describe this particular group. The rose quartz group, you are heart-centered. Think of the heart chakra. Everything you feel is deeply. So your intuition is something that you actually feel in your body. When you do love, you love so much so that you don't hide it. You wouldn't even be able to hide it if you tried. Everything from your loved ones, your favorite coworker, all of them receive love in abundance. It's not something that you hide. It's not something that you fear, and it has a lot to do with your self-confidence. But there's also a softness about you that everybody does not get to see, because there's a part of you that may come across as though you are everything but pink and prettiness and girliness. But you most certainly are a marshmallow if people actually got to know you. I did, of course, think of Persephone and not Aphrodite. I also thought of Oshun. So you might think, well, you thought of Oshun, but when you think of rose quartz, it's pink. Well, I thought of Oshun because everything about her is the divine feminine. And I knew that her energy embodies everything that I'm describing still. Okay, so it's not uncommon for people who work with Oshun, who are children of Oshun, to give her rose quartz. It's not odd. Of course, you can give, yellow crystals like citrine, for instance, but that's just to kind of give you an idea of where I was going when I thought of this particular group. All right. But nothing about you is weak. People should not assume that because you embody divine feminine that there's anything weak about you, because divine feminine is actually quite the opposite. When you think of Mother Earth, and when Mother Earth is pissed off, what happens? Tornadoes, hurricanes, tidal waves. It is very, very much so. You tried it. Think of your mother being fed up with you and throwing her chancla. It is very much that energy of, don't try me just because I embody the feminine. Please don't. So that is what you embody as well. You have a way about you that is healing to others, whether it's just your soothing presence, that you are able to make other people laugh effortlessly, and you have a genuine kindness about you that may, again, not come across all the way, but it is just who you actually are on the inside. Everything about you embodies almost its own spiritual practice, okay? And you are the heart of these three groups, okay? So when I thought of the three groups, I thought of myself and everything that I embody, because I am obsidian, I am also rose quartz and amethyst. So if you're wondering if this is my group, all three are my group. So there's not one in particular that I think that I necessarily, I think that people assume that I would connect with this one the most, but I connect with all of them the most. And so group amethyst, that brings me to you. You are my visionaries, okay? Think of the following colors when you think of the group amethyst: lavender, violet, of course, and indigo.